Hi everyone! Welcome to Frankenstipple. My name is Alexis. Today I'm going to show you how to take a line drawing in Procreate and make it a vector in Adobe Illustrator. Okay, first I need to get my drawing from my iPad to my MacBook or PC or whatever you're using. Okay, first you want to open this up in Procreate. You want to check out your layers to see what's going on, see what you can clean up, what you can flatten, and what you want to be a separate layer. So for something like this, it's a pretty straightforward black and white. There's not a whole lot going on. So I think I'm going to flatten almost everything. I might keep the text as a separate layer, and that way I can just show you guys how to deal with multiple layers. So let me drag this to the bottom and then flatten everything else, rename it, and we should be good to go. We can keep the background layer, it doesn't really matter. I'm just gonna turn it off. I'll leave it on. I'll turn it off. Should I leave it on? We'll leave it on. We'll see. We'll show you how it shows up in Illustrator. So you want to share as a PSD file. This will be Photoshop. I know I said Adobe Illustrator. Don't worry, we're gonna get it there. So we're gonna do PSD. It'll take a few minutes to export, especially depending on how large your file is. I'm gonna go ahead and airdrop. All right, in my downloads, you can see my airdropped file. It is a Photoshop file currently. If I right click on it, I can open with Adobe Illustrator, and we'll go ahead and do that. We'll just hit OK on this pop-up, and you can see that all three of my layers that I had in Procreate are here. We've got the background, which really is going to be nothing. So I'm just going to go ahead and not even deal with that right now. We've got as its own layer, and then we've got the bug as its own layer. So for now, I'm going to go ahead and lock whatever layers that I'm not dealing with in the beginning. I'm just going to focus on the bug. I'm going to make sure it's selected. And there is an image trace option here. I don't tend to like to use that because I can't see everything available to me. So I'll go to Window and Image Trace, and I get the entire toolbar, and I can hit this preview checkbox so I can see what the heck is going on. And I actually like to move this off of the background image, because you can see once I move it off, it applies a white background, and that really defeats the purpose of having a vector. So we definitely want to address that. If you click open these advanced settings, you will see there's an ignore color option. We can click that, and usually the default is white, but if it does not do this, you can click the color picker to select white. And I'm just going to zoom in, Command plus or Control plus if you're on a PC, and kind of check this out. It does a pretty good job automatically. There are some settings that you can just play with and see what happens. But if you're working with a black and white line drawing, you really are not going to have very many issues when vectorizing. So if possible, I always suggest doing it this way. Talking slow because I'm just checking this. This looks good to me, so I do not want to forget to click this expand button. You can do it there or at the top. Once you hit expand, that gives you the vector in full. Let's get the white cursor tool. You can see those points applied now, and you can adjust them should you need to. Get him back on the board. It's gonna center. We'll lock this layer, unlock the text layer, and we'll do the exact same thing. I'm gonna move it out here so I can see what's going on. When I hit preview, it applies that white background. We don't want that. We want to ignore the color. And then what did I say? Don't forget to expand. Expand up in here. Expand. Okay, anyways, expand. And now we have our vector and we can drag that where we need to. And now you have points that you can, little anchor points that you can adjust. You can clean this up if you want to. I like to leave it as is. Oh wait, I see that and I see a little crispy point here. Kind of smooth that out. There we go. Are there any other crispy points? This one's looking a little crispy. There we go. Oh, little crisper. Oh, see some weird things are happening. So you might have to come in here and clean it up just a little bit. And it could have just been my drawing. It may look like that in the drawing. I really like having imperfections to my drawings because it really makes them feel hand-drawn. I don't really want to go as far as making them perfect vectors because if I wanted to do that, I would have started in Illustrator to begin with. There we go. I'm feeling pretty good about that. And now I have a vector. I can make this as large or as teeny tiny as I want. And it will never lose quality. So we can make the biggest, oh no, I meant to select both. There we go. I can make the biggest, the giantest, screaming beetle ever. Making the news. He's coming after, like the spaghetti monster. So, anyways, you can copy and paste this into any other files like InDesign, Photoshop, whatever. You can also, is it save as or export? Export. It's export. I usually use artboards, so nothing's out of place, but PNG will make it have absolutely no background. You've got all your options here. JPEG will add that white background back in, so beware. Thanks so much for watching. If you have any questions, be sure to leave them in the chat below, and be sure to subscribe for more videos in the future. And until next time, see you later.